والله هذا الأجنبي شاده مرة. مقفل ذا، يلعب 5 دفاع شكله. لا يا شيخ والله اللعب تقفيل، ما حد راضي اصلا بيهاجم، كلهم يبغون يدافعون. اتوقع حتى اللي خسر على طول يطلع، ما في تكمله. لا تكفى، غيرها يسجل ذا الاجنبي ولا واحد سجل اللي عمره يا مساعد. يلا يا رب. خلاص شوف كم واحد بالمنطقة يا رجل، مليون. والله مرة مقفلين، ذا شهادة بنظارات ذا كلهم لابسين نظارات. MS Dossari, Emre Yilmaz 0-0, and Johnny versus Levy Finn 0-0. If you're wondering where Tex is, because he won in his first round, that'll be coming up shortly indeed. We're looking at Group A winners, qualifying games, and all of the losers bracket from Group A and B right now. يا عمري وحش. لا تكفى، لا صفرت هي حلو. عاد الحين يجونك والله مش اسمهم.
LA, it was a close finish from near the goal,
and
what a brilliant start to the game Paulo Neto has. Nearly finished here, but so far it's Paulo Neto 3, SR 7-0.
And a perfectly timed pause, Mike LaBelle. Talk me through what we just saw on the screen.
You heard me react, you heard potentially MS Dossari react a little bit as well. He's got the opener, takes it down, extra pass, squares it.
And it's a response from Chris, who's brought it back now. Two goals apiece. And it's a great goal as well. Both goals that he has scored have been, I'll be honest, surprising. We're going to take a look at it now. Building up here towards the byline, playing it back to the edge of the box here. Back again, lateral heel to heel into space, a little touch inside, and a green time finish at the near post, and he levels it there with just over 10 minutes left to be played.
Do you know what that is? That's hanging around the team bullet for a week, isn't it? I was going that way, then Mike interrupted me.
Oh, you're going to blame it on me? You were going to say what Brandon was going to say. I bet you were. Okay.
Right, we saw a goal, Mike. Emre Yilmaz back into it.
I might see another one.
Wait, is that
I think it's slightly offsides. Indeed it is. I think it was a lovely drop-off pass. I'm sure we'll get a replay at the end of this.
Tuga's got a pen over it somehow.
Nah.
Penalty for Tuga, and it has just been scored. We'll bring you that whenever we can get it. 1-1.
I'll be honest, I need to see the replay myself. I'm intrigued there. The ref, I don't know what happened. It looked as if it was off the ball.
Another one in this game. Crepaldi in the driving seat.
Mbappe, R9, outside of the box, takes a deflection. I think it's off Big Virgil. Going to be a corner kick.
We're going to stick with this game here in the final few moments.
Short corner. Musiala swings it. Dino needs the skill move. Good interception, good defending. Not likely that it's usually coming from Rashford. You see the player lock. Big step from Hakimi. And now you're going to have game management. I'd say the last opportunity of the matchup here with Yilmaz and MS Dossari.
Final few moments.
ما راح يتقدم هو اصلا
Yilmaz will get this final attack.
يا اخي خلاص بيروح شو اسمه.
Alex Fernandez being used, brand new foot item. I'm a big fan on the personal end. Looking for a penetrating pass. The clock's working against him. 1 minute of extra time.
روح مثلث
uncharacteristic mistake, but only there's enough time left, and that's going to wrap it up.
Well, there you have it, 1-1 between MS Dossari and Emre Yilmaz. Let's have a quick rundown of what we just saw. He's been that way, it's got to be said, as we do get underway here with Emre Yilmaz and Dossari. Mike LaBelle going to be keeping us up to date with this game. We heard a shout from Sam. I'm sure we'll get that for you shortly. Indeed, however, I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler. Sam, did it go Paulo Neto's way?
It might have, sorry to spoil the fun, but Paulo Neto once again has put the ball in the back of the net. It was a very cheeky chip from Neymar, spotted the keeper off his line, took his chance. 1-0 Paulo Neto.
And as we get back into this featured matchup, just kick-starting, I don't think it'll be as cagey. There has to be earlier openings, a little more pressure play, especially if we get that early goal that we didn't have in the first leg.
Another. Is it Sam Miller or DJ Khaled down the end of it?
Another one.
Been a few goals in this game as well, Rich, to be honest. I think Tuga's sort of trying to...
Has he turned it on?
He's running away with the game now. He's on the attack as well here.
Chance coming in here for MS Dousrey. Well defended, Yilmaz. What happened in that game? Tuga, what's the score as it stands, right?
It's currently 2-0 in the second leg, 5-2 on aggregate. Hopefully we'll be able to get a glimpse of the goals, but it was a mistake, in essence, from Kunta to give away the first goal. Defended well, but then just passed him the ball back. And, of course, Tuga took advantage of it.
Come forward here, Mike. Could be a chance starting to build up.
I like seeing the usage of that Musiala as well. Gives you that defensive capability, but offensively can penetrate, can whip in crosses. Wasn't able to collaborate on a 1-2 there with Mbappe. And there hasn't been a lot of space in these areas for the likes of Yilmaz. Big mistake there out of the back. And again, nothing kind of opening those doors. And both competitors have done such a good job of disrupting momentum and disrupting tempo. I just don't feel like either competitor's really got comfortable with their build-up play or with creating a lot of opportunities.
Not too much else happening from around the grounds, it's got to be said. Yuval versus DMS 10. That is now 2-2. Yuval back in the game. He lost his first match on a penalty shootout. It's now 2-2 in that elimination game. Fuma leading 3-2 against Kalen. Paulo Neto 5-2 up. Nisa 2-1 up. Tuga leading 5-2. Blastic versus Eze Karaya, that's 2-1. And Karim is back, getting a bye in his losers game, progressing through to the next round. In those qualifying games, just to keep you up to date, if you're wondering how your favourite players getting on, Berkey Lion 4-0 up, Montaxon 1-2 down to Antonio Redea, and Johnny from Germany leading 2-1 versus Levi Finn. We have had another goal. I'll get Brandon's opinion on it very shortly indeed, but there's a chance here for Emre Yilmaz.
Mbappe, again, he's bringing it back to Pele. He thought he had space to work with, really didn't have the support. And this is where I'm not used to seeing Yilmaz struggle so much with some of the build-up, but he gets a bounce. Davies, again, swinging, Ruud Hullet, inside the box, extra pass, R9, fake shot, interception. And then there hasn't been a lot of space for these counterattacks.
Brandon, that goal, Ololito Crepaldi.
Live another one. Crepaldi on the attack at the moment. Last chance of the half. If he scores this, it will be game over. 8-4. Crepaldi leads. 44 minutes in. It's a 4-goal swing. And as it stands right now, Ololito is going to be out of the playoffs. No FIFA E World Cup for him this year.
Incredible stuff. Live from the playoffs. The best players from every inch of the globe come to blows with only one thing on the mind, qualifying for the E-World Cup as Emre Yilmaz looks to do that.
He's gonna have to do a lot, goes for the power shot, missed times. It has to be perfect. It has to be perfect in that situation, Rich.
Yeah, not the greatest of strikes, it's got to be said, on the volley. Dousrey's frustrating Emre.
Well, you can see it, these are both tacticians, and what MS Dousrey's done is really slowed down the game, and he's not making mistakes. And it's causing Yilmaz to have max build-up play, and he just hasn't been able to get through that back line.
Half-time over it. 8-4 is at half-time. 4 goals needed for Ololito in 45 minutes.
Another quick goal coming in from Fuma. He's leading 4-2 now against Kalen. Another chance. Just not really able to just break down that back five and that defence. He's really, really solid. MS Dousrey, it's got to be said. Ronaldinho bringing the ball out once again. If you glance at this game, it's been played from box to box. There's been very little penetrative play, it's got to be said.
And a lot of that's, MS Dousrey's not triggering his midfielders forward, so you've got the 5 at the back, and then you're not committing as many bodies, which has helped him defensively, but also offensively, not as many options to have those penetrating passes. You see Yilmaz here, space to work with. Mbappe, middle of the pitch, Musiala, step over. Back to Mbappe. I think he's offside just slightly. And that shows that you're a little hesitant. He second-guessed there. You knew Mbappe was making that run.
As we approach half-time, Sam, Paulo Neto still cruising.
He is, and you guessed it, he scored another another goal. It was 2-0. Mbappe using that 99 pace to burst through the defence, slot it into the back of the net, pure power. And Paulo Neto is just growing in confidence as the game goes on. And I have to say, as a player, your mentality, when you've won 3-0 in the first leg, going into the second, you've got that momentum and you feel on top, and we're seeing that with the way Paulo Neto is playing.
Last chance of the half, might fall here to Emre Yilmaz. Just to say that, he runs it out of play. And we're going to head down the line to Ryan Pessoa. We've not heard a lot from you in the last few minutes. Tuga just seeing the game out?
Yeah, it's a typical Tuga performance where still gets a foothold in the game. He's got more than a one-goal lead that we saw against Auburn. He's up by 3, 5 goals to 2 on aggregate. And as we say, the possession style has come out now, and it's going to be tough to see.
One of those reactions where there's maybe some fortunate bounces.
Yep. Going to need some fortunate bounces in this game if Kun's going to get back into it. I'll be honest, I can't remember the last time he's touched the ball.
Sam, just a quick one. It was 5-0 up. Let's make it 6.
It is 6. Paulo Neto having the time of his life in this game. It's 6-0 over the 2 legs so far. Some clinical finishes. He is taking every chance he gets at the moment. And who else but Mbappe to score his 6th?
And who's going to take the chance of a lifetime in this game? MS Tisare, Emre Yilmaz. At this stage, you really don't want to be dropping down to one life.
Oof, another.
It seems like we've got 2 games where all the goals are being scored. The other 2 matches, pretty tight at the moment. Tuga starting to pull away against his opponent in Kun. Any chance, Ryan, of a comeback?
No.
Okay, thanks for that.
Be honest,
back to you.
just the way Tuga's playing, I honestly would love to see the possession stats and the pass accuracy. He genuinely hasn't given the ball away. He's just passing it in midfield. Kun's gone constant press. He's still getting nowhere near him. It's just been one way.
Talking of one way, we've got another goal in my game, and it seems to all be going one way. And there's another one moments after. Seeing goals galore here.
60 minutes on the clock, Mike. This has been the backdrop of our discussion at this current moment. All the other games getting the goals. What's been going wrong in this one?
Part of it's also been, almost a big mistake. We just haven't had many mistakes, but even the back line control from MS Desari, a lot of offside traps, and it's just making it where Yilmaz is not able to get runners in behind, and we're not seeing those skill moves. We're not seeing those forms of expression. We're not seeing the razzle or the dazzle. He hasn't got into those placements. We talk so much about Yilmaz, myself included, as he has have a runner into space here. Musiala, can he pull it back? He does. Mbappe clips it up off the bounce. Needed to be time green. Needed to be time green. But we haven't had chances like that. We haven't had moments like that.
Just seeing a chance like that and the way that he's trying to take it, is he a little bit drastic? Is it a little bit? You're trying everything you've got in the bag at the minute.
He's played it safe, and it's easy for us to sit here and talk about that, but he hasn't had the same type of even defensive risk-taking. We haven't seen a lot of constant press or team press or some sort of double team, and a lot of that you got to credit MS Desari. The amount of switches of the pitch and the way that he doesn't commit his midfield. You're going to watch Ruud Gullit. You're going to watch Jude Bellingham. Sometimes he even pulls the likes of R9 or Ronaldinho to check in deep.
20 minutes left in this matchup. We're going to head on over very quickly. Brandon Smith, there was another goal. It wasn't a comeback for Olilito. Dig to the back post, good defending from Emre Yilmaz. How did that game wrap up in the end?
Yeah, there's 15 minutes left in this one. Crapaldi did score, Olilito replied, but unfortunately still a 4-goal swing between the two. 10 minutes for 4 goals for Olilito to keep his FIFA season alive. I just don't think it's going to happen. It looks like we're going to be seeing our first shock here. Big results already starting to take shape at the FGS playoffs. We're going to join this game back right now with Mike LaBelle, the feature commentator on this game. Extra time starting to become more apparent.
I was just going to say, Brandon kind of requested this at the top of the show. This is looking like an extra time, maybe even penalty kicks. There's not going to be that many chances left. Both these guys are not committing bodies. You do see a header down there, but again, there's not that instant pressure play. They're not taking that type of gamble, and there's a lot of resurfacing, recycling, waiting for the perfect opportunity. Dino, Mbappe, out wide, got to be out wide. Musiala, see the scoop turn.
The midfielders have I'm just watching this game. It's all a midfield battle. The entire game is separated in that game. I'm sure you'll be glancing up, Ryan, and watching this match soon. With Tuga starting to pull away.
Oh, this could be it. Pellegrini! time finish. There you have it. It was late. It was great. It was against the run of play. It's got to be said. The 78th minute, Pele, new upgraded item, takes it down off the chest, wins the 50-50. The pause has been queued for MS Dousari. Weak foot, not today, not tomorrow. 2-1. And Yilmaz could be getting the job done. 10 minutes away.
Wow.
Game done over here. It was game done, to be honest, a long time ago between Tuga and Kun. As an elimination game, of course, Kun is eliminated now, Richard, from the playoffs.
I mean,